Hey y'all, Ramdino here, coming at you again from North Carolina. Well, you may have noticed I am not at the house, not near my stomping grounds. I'm around the stomping grounds of Candy Mama and Sheriff down there in the eastern part of North Carolina. But I did want to, while I was away on work, did want to go ahead and get you out an update for this week. Let's go ahead and talk about who's out there on the trail, what's going on. If you want to follow these folks, then all these folks are updating to their social media accounts, and you can find those links down in the description section. Well, you'll find a link to a Google spreadsheet, and you'll be able to go find that. And then everybody there that I'll be talking about is on that sheet, and you can go and follow them. You can subscribe to their channels and Instagram accounts, whatever they got, and keep them fired up all the way to Katahdin or Springer or everywhere in between. Everybody's spread out this year, and everybody's flip-flopping all over the place. But in any case, please go and support these thru hikers as they go about. Hopefully you're here to be a part of the hiker community and help me build the hiker community. And if you are, then go ahead and subscribe to this channel. Send me a comment or send me a like. I like both of those and love to hear your comments, love to dialogue back and forth with you. But let's go ahead and talk about what's going on out there on the trail. So PTL is in Virginia, and he is through the Triple Crown and coming up on the Shanties. And he said that he had no issues getting in the Smokies. I think he went through there in about 3 to 4 days. So appreciate that information, PTL. Jukebox, he has made it to Harpers Ferry, and he's taking a few days off. And then he'll be flipping back up to Katahdin, where he'll be quarantining for a while and vacation with his girlfriend before heading south. And he had also been hiking with Cage, Flyover, and Pack Mule. So he said things are going fine, and he is looking forward to just a little bit of time off the trail, but he can't wait to get back. Snow White, she got off for a few zeros with family in Unionville, New York, and she's going to be getting back on the trail. Joe Hikes, he should be in Harpers Ferry today, as a matter of fact. Tennessee Joe just came out of the roller coaster, and he should be in Harpers Ferry in the next day or so. He says water through the Shanties was horrible, and he advises wherever you can to make sure you camel up and just keep as much water as you can with you. Big Rig, he is well into New Hampshire, and he said that Vermont did not live up to its nickname of Vermud. There wasn't a lot of mud up there. He did say that he had some the streams had been recharged with some storms that had come through, but it was starting to get dry up there again. Wild, he is past the halfway point, so congratulations on that, Wild. Monk, he's past Buchanan. Strider and Rome, they are through Damascus and somewhere probably around Roan Mountain or heading north of there. Dirty Jobs, he's around Little Rock Pond up in Vermont with his tramley, and seen a lot of good posts from them, and they look like they're having a great time. John Boy, he made it to Harpers Ferry, and he's going to take a few days off to vacation with his wife, and then he'll be continuing on north. Mun, she passed 800 miles, so congratulations, Mun. And she had not had any water issues, but she did say that it was hot, and it was so hot that the snakes were getting in the river to cool off. And then the Drifters, they are somewhere around Hot Springs. And last but not least, Old Oriskany, he is somewhere around Damascus right now. So we got a lot of new folks that we've added since this last update. Hope you'll go and check them out on the list. Some of those are Won't Get Up Will, we added her, Poncho, and Crash. So go and check them out there. They'll be in red on the update list. Now, who's gotten off the trail? Well, unfortunately, Greyhound had to get off the trail due to injury, and Kathy Tomlinson, she had to get off the trail due to a shoulder injury. So she's going to go back and regroup, see if she can get that figured out. Well, what's been going on with the trail? Well, James, and I'm going to butcher this name, but James Frayumini had indicated he's up in New Hampshire around in the Whites up there around those huts and everything up there, and he said that Madison Springs Hut, Lakes of the Clouds, Mizpah, and Galhead huts all had outdoor water. So that's good. We had thought originally they weren't going to have outdoor water, but they all had outdoor water, and at least some of them had food. And they all are open with the bathrooms open. So I don't think they're taking hikers in per se like they normally do, or people that are just day hikers coming up there and just maybe spend the weekend. So I'm not real sure about the food, but he did indicate the bathrooms are open and they did have water. So that's good news for folks that are going through there. Crazy Quilt, she gave us a confirmation from a Soba hiker that the water sources are basically dry all the way from Delaware Water Gap to Rouse Shelter, and that they have been relying on water caches being left out for them. So keep that in mind when you're going through that area. Most of Pennsylvania is pretty dry. The shelters, campsites, and the tent sites on the White Mountain National Forest on the Appalachian Trail in New Hampshire from Hanover to the New Hampshire Maine State Line and the MIscs have reopened. So that is straight off the ATC website. So that's good news up there. All that had closed and it has opened up there. So that's wonderful news. So we still keep getting bear reports. Just remember, you're going to liable to run into bears anywhere up and down the trail. Several shelters have been closed. And this week we had a southbounder that stayed at Trimpey Shelter at mile 524, and they indicated that there was bear activity there. And then there was also recent bear activity reported at Iron Mountain Shelter, which is mile 444.5. So just remember to be hanging your bear bags and keeping that stuff up out of where the bears can't get to them, because they are active now all up and down the length of the trail. What about trail angels? Well, Fresh Ground, he came off the trail. He is no longer on the Appalachian Trail right now. It's gotten too hot out there for him. He stays in his van, and you can't run the air conditioning all night in the van, and it being 95 degrees during the day and heating that up, and it being even in the 80s at night, it is just too hot in there for him. Typically, July is about the last month he's out there, and typically he is out during July. He's way up north where it's not near as warm. So in this case, he can't go up north because of the quarantine issues that he's got to have there. And so he is going to call it early season on the AT, but he is going out to the PCT. So he'll go out there and help some hikers that have that he's known over the years at hiking the AT, and they're working on their Triple Crown. So Fresh Ground, we appreciate everything that you did while you was out here on the AT, and we look forward to next year when you'll be back on the AT helping folks out. And then Christine has indicated to me she's a kind of a relatively new trail angel. She's up north, and she has been helping hikers around the New York-Connecticut state line, and she got to meet Kodak and Screwball. So she was really excited about that. Been doing some slack packing and putting out some trail magic, and so she has really gotten into the whole trail angel thing, and that's awesome. If you are a trail angel and you want to be on the private list, and the private list is a list that I give out only to thru hikers, and I make sure they're a thru hiker, and then that way they can contact you when they get up in your area. So and then I also have a public list that is at the bottom of this of my hiker list. So if you want to be on either one of those, please let me know. Send me your contact information and the area that you cover, and I'll be glad to go ahead and include you in that. All right, folks. Well, I appreciate everything you're doing out there for the thru hikers and just being a part of the hiker community. As always, appreciate you, and we'll see you out here.